What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Hey. Welcome into episode 133, everybody. I am your host, SleezBall. Today's episode will be my Week 10 quarterback rankings. Now, remember, there's 4 teams on a bye this week, so Cleveland Browns, Green Bay Packers, Las Vegas Raiders, Seattle Seahawks are all out this week, so make sure Geno Smith, Gardner Minshew, Jameis Winston, and Jordan Love are out of your lineups, guys. Before we dive into it here, guys, make sure you smash that like, make sure you smash the subscription, turn that bell on. It helps me out a ton. I cannot thank you guys enough for all the support this year. It's been absolutely crazy. And if you guys want to check out my defense and kicker rankings, those are out. I'm going to try and get all my rankings out today, and then all my stardom sit-ems out tomorrow, every single matchup for you guys. That's one of my goals as a content creator. And then I'll be live the rest of the weekend. So if you can't make any of the live streams, you can always drop any comment you want down below. I try to answer every single one of them. That is another goal of mine, to help you guys get that weekly win and get you that ultimate goal of a championship, guys. And let's dive into these quarterbacks. So if you guys are new to the channel, here is my QB board for week 10 here. So ballers tier at the top, the must-start quarterbacks tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. And at the bottom, on the bottom right, you'll see the guys on a bye. So Jameis Winston, Geno Smith, Jordan Love, Gardner Minshew on byes this week. So make sure they are out of your lineups, guys. And then on the other side, you'll just see quarterbacks that have been injured or lost their job. So Dak Prescott, man, looking like he's heading to IR. Very, very scary for the Cowboys right now. Maybe over for them. Now, starting off with my tier 1 here, guys. The baller tier, number 1 quarterback. I'm going to talk about them both here. I am going to go with the Thursday night football game. 52.5 point spread right now. Not spread, but over under they have for the Ravens-Bengals game here. And Joe Burrow can just throw 5 touchdowns twice in a season. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens can score 40 points at will. These defenses cannot stop anybody. So the Ravens are a run-strong defense, struggle versus the pass-heavy. The Bengals are a very good pass team. I expect this to be an absolute lights-out game. I expect both these quarterbacks to be over 20-plus, possibly 30 points in this game. And, man, I cannot wait to see this game on Thursday Night Football. But if you want to look at it this way as well, so the Baltimore Ravens on the season versus the quarterback currently right now, they give up 20.9 points per game. There you go right there. That ranks 29th. They rank 20th in the red zone. They give up 301 pass yards a game to the quarterback, which is dead last. And then when you look at the Cincinnati Bengals, it's damn near the same thing. They rank 27th. They give up 19.1 points. They rank 32nd in the red zone, and they give up 224 pass yards, which is middle of the tier there. But you're going to get an RPO with Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry. That's been a nightmare for every team to stop. And, man, this game is going to be electric. Number 3, Jalen Hurts. He's going to get the Dallas Cowboys that are beat up. I mean, Dak Prescott looks like he's headed to IR. Nothing official yet, so make sure you check the updates there. You got CeeDee Lamb with the pop shoulder. You could get Micah Parsons back this week. You could get Bland back this week. But is it really going to matter when their offense doesn't move the ball? Not to me. The Dallas Cowboys ranked 28th versus the quarterback, giving up 19.6. They ranked 24th in the red zone, and they give up 230 pass yards a game, which is middle of the tier. And I don't even think they'll need A.J. Brown in this game. I think they can, he's got that injury that they say week to week right now. They can honestly sit him out. You're not going to need him versus the Cowboys. I firmly don't believe that, and I think Jalen Hurts can just push his way through this, and he's always going to be a top 6 quarterback of mine in the baller tier. Number 4, Josh Allen. The beautiful matchup versus the pot of gold Indianapolis Colts defense, who ranked 22nd versus the quarterback, gave up 17.1, 27th in the red zone, so bottom of the tier there, and 250 pass yards a game, which is bottom 10 in the NFL. And they can't stop the quarterback. They can't stop the running back. They can't stop the wide receiver. They can't stop the tight end. The Colts, they're 4-5. They're still hanging around in the season. They're going to have Joe Flacco in there. He just absolutely struggled versus the Vikings. I expect Flacco to absolutely struggle versus the Bills as well. I think they're trying to hide Anthony Richardson and play Flacco during this crazy tough stretch they have to just not make Anthony Richardson look this bad. Quarterback number 5, fresh off the bye, Brock Purdy. The 49ers finally getting a little bit healthy here. Hopefully we get CMC back this week. Opened up his practice window. That will open up everything in the offense. So you get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You just watched last night. You watched Mahomes have his first big game of the season, carve him up. The Bucs give up 23 points a game to the quarterback position. That's 31st, second last. 30th in the red zone. That's third last. And 273.9 passing yards per game. That's second to last. Brock Purdy is in for a massive game coming off the bye. And like I said, when you get CMC back, it's going to open everything up for Debo, Kittle, Purcell, but we don't know if he's back yet, but I'm assuming he's going to be back from the updates and the tweets I've seen him say and stuff. Number 6, my smash play of the week that just drops 2 touchdowns a week is going to be Sam Darnold. And this is the best matchup you could get. So you get the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're dead last, almost across the board and everything versus the wide receiver. So 3rd in yards allowed, 32nd in points to the quarterback at 23.2 on the season. That is worse than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're also 28th in the red zone. And you saw Hawkinson come back limited snaps. Now you have TJ Hawkinson, the weapon, starting to ramp up. That will help Jettas. That will help Addison get open. As you saw, Addison scored last week. Aaron Jones, still a great pass catching back. And man, I don't even care about the over-under. I think the Vikings are just going to roll the Jags out the building here. And I think Sam Darnold's in for another 20-point week here. Number 7, I'm not your typical ranker, man. Jaden Daniels. This is a very tough matchup for Jaden Daniels. I see some people have him like 2 or 3. I know the rushing upside is there, but you're going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Coming off a bye. They just give up 11.5 points to the quarterback. That's number 2 in the NFL. They rank number 7 in the red zone. They give up 238 pass yards a game, which is middle of the tier there. But you get a week off a bye. You get them to prepare for this. The Steelers get another weapon, and Mike Williams added in a trade today. I think it's going to be a different story here for Jaden Daniels. I still have him in the top 10, but I just don't love the play versus Pittsburgh, man. Number 8 is going to be Tua Tagovailoa. And I honestly love this matchup. You get the LA Rams on Monday Night Football. You get the last laugh in fantasy football. The LA Rams versus the quarterback give up 16.5 points per game. They rank 17th. They rank 23rd in the red zone, so touchdowns are flying. And they give up 220 passing yards a game, which is middle of the tier there. But they just showed up against the Bills. That was a huge game. They could have won. But what did they do at 2-6? They showed that they can still fight. And they showed that they can still beat good teams. And now you're going to get the Rams. I know the Rams are on a 2-game win streak right here. They're saving their season. But when you have a 51-point over-under, Tyreek Hill has a smash matchup versus the defense of the Rams. Jalen Waddle, HN, it's so good that I'm going to put Tua as my quarterback 8 this week. Quarterback number 9, the New York Jets, man. Old man Aaron Rodgers. I would say number 12, but he's number 8. I can't stand him wearing 8. It looks so weird to me. But I try to tell you guys, they're coming. I know they blew the game to the Patriots. They saved their season last week with a major, major win. And look what happened. You saw Garrett Wilson. You saw Devontae Adams. You saw him start to click. And now you're going to get the New York Jets in a matchup this week that is just going to be absolutely a smash Aaron Rodgers matchup versus the Arizona Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals right now, currently versus the quarterback, they give up 17.1 points per game. They rank 21st. They rank 25th in the red zone, so touchdowns are flying for Adams, for Brees, or for Garrett Wilson here. And they give up 250 pass yards a game, which is bottom 10 in the NFL. And I know they trade away Mike Williams. You have Lazard on IR. Brees Hall has a great matchup here as well. I think the Jets in this schedule coming, man, they're going to make a run here. It's just too good on paper. They got Hassan back there on defense now as well. It's going to help them get the ball back. And Kyler Murray is struggling. 4 points last week. The time of possession should lean towards the Jets here a ton. And it's going to be a tough matchup for the Cardinals on the offensive side of the ball. Quarterback number 10, Kirk Cousins. And this one kind of like I tempered my expectations here. I mean, I want to put him higher, but I feel like the game script's going to be bad. So you play in the New Orleans Saints. They are good versus the quarterback. They give up 14.3. They rank 4th in the red zone, and they give up 250 pass yards, which is bottom 10. But they just trade away Marshawn Lattimore. They're fire selling the team. Chris Olave is probably not out there. It's pretty much Alvin Kamara and the Chipmunks. There's no one even else out there. So do I think that Kirk Cousins can get a 20-point game here? Possibly. But do I think it's going to be a Bijan Algier, run out the clock, kind of run him over kind of game? Yeah, I do. And we don't know if Drake London's going to be out there either. So it's really sketch for me on Kirk Cousins. I still like him as a start. I'm just saying kind of temper your expectations because of game script here. Number 11, the guy that just never quits, man. Baker Mayfield. I'm rooting for this guy every single time he's out there. It's absolutely crazy. I think everyone loves Baker Mayfield. You get the 49ers coming off a bye. It's going to be a tough matchup. So the 49ers currently right now, they rank 11th versus the quarterback. They have 14.6, so it's not great. 11th in the red zone and 220 pass yards, which is about a little bit below bottom of the tier there in the middle. So he's lost Chris Godwin. He's lost Mike Evans. And this guy is still balling in fantasy. So Baker Mayfield is just a good quarterback. It's just a tough matchup, and his weapons are missing. So I have him at number 11 this week. And number 12, Matt Stafford. The matchup is not good in any single way on Monday Night Football. The Miami Dolphins are third versus the quarterback. They give up 12 points a game. They rank third in the red zone, and they give up 191 pass yards, which is top 5 in the NFL, ranks third. So none of that really matters to me, though. When you have Puka, Kupp and Stafford, or not Stafford, and Kyren Williams out there, he has his triangle. He has his 3 studs. They're impossible to stop when they're all out there healthy. I know Puka kind of banged up here and there, but I think he's going to play. And this is a big game for both teams here. I mean, in the NFC West, you have every team at 4-4, 4-5, 4-4. Miami Dolphins are 2-6, trying to save their season. So this is going to be a game where I like both these quarterbacks in the top 12 with Tua and Stafford. Heading down to tier 2 here, Patrick Mahomes. Now, I know he finally had a big game there. I know you finally saw the DeAndre Hopkins. I called that last night on stream, by the way. I ended the stream walking out saying it's DeAndre Hopkins night. That was absolute money. But that was a great matchup. You had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, of course, versus the 31st defense versus the quarterback, he gets his first 20-point game of the season. That was a given. I saw that coming. But now you get the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are one of the best defenses in the NFL. They're top 5 versus the quarterback. They give up 13 points a game. They're top 8 in the red zone, and they give up 206 passing yards a game, which is top 5 as well. So I hope the Denver Broncos learned their lesson last week from leaving Zay Flowers from Pat Surtain shadowing him. So I'm looking at it like, are we going to have, Pat Surtain kind of look at DeAndre Hopkins here? Because Xavier Worthy, man, I tell you guys, never start that guy. It's boom or bust. I can't stand it. But I think it's going to be a tough matchup here, and I think it's going to be a lot more Kareem Hunt in this game, so that's why I have Patrick Mahomes a lot lower here. Number 14, man, Caleb Williams. What is going on in Chicago? I cannot explain it to you guys. I've had him on a smash start for 2 weeks in a row against great defenses. Not great defenses, great defenses to play against, great matchups, and he still just has done nothing. Against the Commanders, he had 9 points. Against Arizona, he had 10 points. And the Commanders didn't even have Lattimore like they have now. So they get the New England Patriots. I'm not going to fall for it again. I'm not going to put him on a smash play. I mean, I've taken 2 bullets on that one or 2 misses on that one. So the New England Patriots, they rank 14th versus the quarterback, giving up 15 points a game, 16th in the red zone, 234 pass yards a game, and 1.3 passing touchdowns a game. So Caleb Williams better throw a passing touchdown in this goddamn game here. Like, the New England Patriots can't move the ball. Their offense is stuttered. I mean, I know Drake May is out there grinding the best he can. I think Drake May actually looks good for the weapons around him. But now you're going to get the Bears defense hopefully back healthy. I said last week that Brisker and Gordon would be back. They did not make it back. They were both game-time decisions, so I hope they make it back this week. Those are 2 studs to the defense that's really going to get them the ball back and get them more opportunities. So, I mean, I'm going to leave him at 14. The matchup is good. I just don't trust him after 2 duds. Quarterback number 15, I was really low on him last week, and all you guys questioned me about Kyler Murray. Look what happened. He had 4 points. Kyler Murray is a roller coaster ride, guys. It's not fun to be on right now, and honestly, I don't even feel safe starting him. You get the New York Jets. It's a very good defense. They just got Hassan back, like I said earlier. I know the rushing upside is there, but you're going to have Marvin on Sauce. I mean, it's Trey McBride is probably the only hope they're going to have at the tight end position here because that's where the Jets struggle. But they ranked 4th versus the quarterback, giving up 13 points. They ranked 6th in the red zone and 181.2 passing yards, the number 1 pass defense in the NFL in yards per game. Do we really like Kyler Murray? No, but I'm going to keep him in my top 15. I would say, I mean, there's so many options I like better than him this week if you have Kyler Murray. I know I'm going to get a ton of questions about it. Fire away. But I'm staying away from Kyler Murray this week. I have him in like 3 or 4 leagues, and I'm not starting him. Number 16, I've been down on Jared Goff the past 2 weeks. I knew the game script wasn't going to be good. This is going to be a game script where Jared Goff is going to be able to be a startable quarterback here. I probably should have put him ahead of Kyler, honestly. So, honestly, I like him higher than Kyler. I'll just say that mid-video. So, the Detroit Lions are going to get the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans' defense strength is the run game. The Detroit Lions' strength is their run game. So, you're going to have to see them open up the pass game here. You're going to have to see Jameson Williams back off suspension from the Viagra or whatever that was. That's going to help them in the weapon category there. But, I mean, look at it. So, you had a rain game with Green Bay. I said stay away. You had the Tennessee Titans defense. I told you game script wouldn't be there. It happened. Now, the Houston Texans, this is a game where you can smash out Jared Goff. So, The Houston Texans versus the quarterback right now, they give up 17.1. They rank 23rd. They give up, they're 14th in the red zone, so the touchdown upside is minimal. 190.7 passing yards, which is 5th. And they give up 0.9% chance of getting a touchdown in the game. So they have about, almost about one touchdown a game. But this is different when you have Goff and you have Amon-Ra and you have Laporta and you have Jamison Williams, you have Jahmyr Gibbs and Montgomery. It's going to be tough to stop, and the Texans are struggling. And we don't know if Nico Collins is going to be out there. So if Nico Collins isn't out there, this could be another bad game script game. The Texans are really struggling. So if Nico Collins is out there, I like Goff even higher. If Nico Collins is not, I like him right where he's at. That's why I, wanted to bring that up there in the video. Surprising enough, here we go. I'm taking the shot. Danny Dimes is into my tier 2 of quarterbacks. Yes, he is going to get the start this week. Yes, I cannot believe that they are having this game. I mean, it's in Munich. It's very crazy that they'd send 2 of the worst teams to Munich between the Panthers and the Giants. But the Carolina Panthers, guys, they're 30th versus the quarterback. They give up 21.6 points per game. They rank 29th in the red zone. They give up 235 pass yards a game, and they give up about 2 touchdowns passing a game. So you're going to get neighbors involved here. You're going to have Wanda. You're going to have Slayton. You're going to have Theo Johnson. He's starting to break out a little bit. I told you guys to pay attention to him all year long from Penn State. And I'm okay starting Danny Dimes over Kyler Murray. Let me just say that now. I'm still going to rank Kyler higher because it's Kyler Murray, and I don't really trust Danny Dimes. But I am legitimately okay right now. Actually, nope. We'll do it mid-video right now. We are going to move Danny Dimes up, and we are going to move Kyler Murray back because I don't trust Kyler over Danny Dimes and Goff. I don't even want to, put that out there for you guys. Now, number 18 here, Russell Wilson. I want to rank him higher. I really do. He's absolutely balling. He looks in command of this offense. Honestly, for me, I'm mad because I was a huge Justin Fields advocate. Like, I wanted him to be the starter. He was 4-2. If you watch my videos, I was super mad about it. But I can't complain. Russell Wilson just came in, and he's throwing for 250 pass yards in each game, 3 touchdowns, no picks, throws a little rushing in there. And you're getting into the cold weather here, and that is where Russell thrives. And now they add Mike Williams. But as they add Mike Williams, the Commanders add Marshawn Lattimore. So in the Commanders' defense, since switching to 1 high, about week 4, week 3, whatever it was, I forget which week it was, their defense was getting crushed. So the scheme change they made has now made them a top 12 to 13 defense. So it's gotten a lot better. It's a lot harder to pass on them. And so if you're looking at this, think about it like this. The Commanders rank 16th versus the quarterback right now, giving up 16 points a game, 15th in the red zone, and 199 pass yards allowed a game, which is bottom 10. In week 3, they were 32nd to 30th throughout all 3 weeks. So a very, very bad defense, but the coaching change they made is unbelievable. Or not the coaching change, the scheme change they made is unbelievable. I really want to put Russ higher, but that Commander D is something to worry about, man. Coming in at number 19, Herbert and the freaking Chargers, man. The matchup is terrible. So the Tennessee Titans are very good versus the quarterback. They're very good versus the wide receiver. So they rank 15th, giving up 15.7. So when I say they rank 15th, they rank 15th on defense without their offense doing squat. So that's a good defense, guys. They rank 18th in the red zone. They give up 172 pass yards a game. Sorry, that is number 1. The Jets were number 2. I got that wrong. So they give up the least pass yards a game. Interestingly enough, Justin Herbert and the Chargers, before the bye, didn't even throw for 30 pass attempts. All of a sudden, they come out of the bye, and they're slinging it like Harbaugh is all of a sudden the pass-heavy coach, 30, 35, 39, 37 attempts, and Justin Herbert starting to ball. This is just a bad matchup for Herbert this week. I do not like the passing game here. If they had a better matchup, I'm going to start moving him up because the Chargers are coming, man. Number 20, C.J. Stroud and the Texans. I was low last week on him. I've been low for the past couple weeks on him. It's a struggle bus right now. The matchup is beautiful. We don't know if Nico Collins is going to be out there. The Detroit Lions give up the most yards to the wide receiver position on the season. They rank 13th versus the quarterback, giving up 15. They rank 9th in the red zone, so about a top 11 defense versus the quarterback. But they give up 265 passing yards to the quarterback. So they're top 5 in quarterback passing yards, or bottom 5, sorry. And then they're bottom number 1 versus the wide receiver. But Nico Stroud doesn't have his guy, or CJ Stroud doesn't have his guy, Nico. And I don't know if he's going to be out there. So if Nico Collins is out there, I'd put CJ Stroud right where Caleb would, right in front of Patrick Mahomes. because the matchup is great. But we don't know if he's going to be out there, and I'm assuming he's not with the hamstring, so I'm going to stay away and leave him at number 20. Number 21 is going to be Trevor, the garbage time god Lawrence. I mean, I've had him on sit-ems the past 2 weeks, and he's just killed me in garbage time. He's beat his projection both times at the end of the game when they're getting blown out. So now you're going to have a matchup this week where the Jacksonville Jaguars get a beautiful matchup versus the Minnesota Vikings. But it's kind of different to look at on paper. So the Minnesota Vikings ranked 12th versus the quarterback, giving up 14.8. They ranked 21st in the red zone, 271 pass yards a game, bottom 5. So just like the Detroit Lions, right? They also allow 1.8 passing touchdowns a game. So if the Vikings get out in ahead, which I assume they will, we might be in for another Trevor Lawrence garbage time game for 3 in a row. So am I going to rank him low? Yes. Can he pop the garbage time play and make something happen? Yeah, he's done it to me twice now. So I'm not going to put him on my sit-em videos and stuff like that like I have, because they just keep killing it when they're down 20. Heading down to tier 4 here, quarterback number 22 is going to be Joe Flacco. And like I said earlier in the video, I think the Colts are just trying to hide Anthony Richardson from this insane stretch that they have. And I really think it's smart in a way. So I know Flacco looked really bad versus the Vikings, right? But this is how you have to look at it. When you are struggling at quarterback and your accuracy is terrible, and you have 4 matchups of the Minnesota Vikings, Buffalo Bills, New York Jets, Detroit Lions, Anthony Richardson's career, he may have been like crucified on social media. That's 4 straight losses for him. So I get that they're putting in Flacco. I get, to hide the stress from Anthony Richardson and his struggles. But this is not a good matchup for Flacco. The Buffalo Bills are very, very good versus the quarterback. They rank 7th in the NFL, giving up 14 points a game. They rank 13th in the red zone. They give up 225 pass yards a game and 1 passing touchdown a game as well. And this is a top 3 corner defense. They're going to lock up Downs. They're going to lock up Pittman. It's going to be very tough to stop, very, very tough to score on them. And they're going to get after the statue that can't move in the pocket. So, man, it's going to be rough for Flacco, but I get why they're doing it. Heading into tier 4, quarterback number 2, quarterback number 23 on the week is going to be Derek Carr, and he has no weapons, guys. I mean, I almost dropped him down. They're saying he's going to start. I mean, it says to remain the starter in week 10. I mean, you played Carolina, and he lost the game to Carolina. So I know Chris Olave took a concussion early in the game. That's his 5th concussion in 2 or 3 years. He's looking like he's heading down the Tua road. Very, very scary there on the Saints side. But you get the Falcons, and the Falcons defense, they are ranked 27th versus the quarterback. They give up 19.1 points per game. They're dead last in the red zone, and they give up 224 pass yards, just middle of the pack, and about 1.8 touchdowns a game. But am I going to start this guy with no weapons out there, just Alvin Kamara? No, I am not. I feel very bad for Derek Carr, and the Saints season is done. Coming in behind him is going to be the rookie Drake May, and he, like I said earlier in the video, he looks good. He has no help, man. I mean, there's nothing out there for the Patriots. Like what? Demario Douglas, Hunter Henry. Yeah, I like Hunter Henry. He's a good security blanket. None of these guys are stars. None of these guys are going to beat man covers. None of these guys are going to get open. Like, it's just a struggle bus for him. He's making plays with his legs. You get the Chicago Bears. They're number 1 versus the quarterback, giving up 10 points a game. And they get their 2 stars back on defense as well. Number 1 in the red zone, 211 passing yards allowed, which is bottom 10, and a 0.6 touchdown per game pass against them. This defense is so good, man. Drake May is in for a rough game here. And they need to get Javon Baker out there. I've been so high on this guy. I'm like, let's petition for it right now. Drop it in the comments. Start Javon Baker. End of tier 4 here is going to be Bo Nix. And if you guys are subscribed to the channel, I tried to tell you guys last week, the matchup is going to look great versus the Ravens, but do not start Bo Nix. Hit the nail on the head on that one. You cannot look at fantasy football when you beat the Carolina Panthers and when you beat the Indianapolis Colts and you beat the Saints, and they didn't even have a quarterback. So he kind of ran through a 2-game run or a 2-game stretch where it made him look like he's an amazing fantasy start, but the matchups were all easy. So now you're heading into the tough matchup. Now you get Kansas City at Arrowhead. Do you think that Bo Nix can Baker Mayfield? Yeah, he can run, and the rushing upside is kind of saving his fantasy in a way. So, I mean, if you look at it, he's had 61, 75, 36 in the past 3 or 4 games. That's extra points you like on top. But again, it's like a Drake May situation. You only have Cortland Sutton really out there for the wide receiver weapons. He's going to get McDuffie. This is going to be really, really ugly for Bo Nix this week. Tier 5 quarterback number 28 on the week is going to be Bryce Young. I mean, got the win, man. Congratulations. Might have the starting job the rest of the way, how it looks. I mean, well deserved. I mean, came in, weapons are depleted. You got Deontay Johnson traded, Adam Thielen. We don't know what's going on there. So you're literally working with Xavier Legette and Coker and Jatavion Sanders. So it's a really young core that they can build around. Don't like it as a start, though, at all. I mean, I'm never going to trust the Carolina Panthers to start. You get the New York Giants. The New York Giants defense did their front seven's very good, but they do struggle versus the quarterback. They give 17.8 points. They rank 12th in the red zone. They got 216 pass yards, which is about middle of the tier, and about a 1.2 passing touchdown per game. But you're in Munich. No way I like Bryce Young as a start. 32, Will Levis. Could be Mason Rudolph. We don't know. They keep saying Will Levis is going to start when he's back, but the injuries keep happening. Either way, I'm not starting either one of these guys. You are going up against the Chargers defense at home. Nope. I'm not even going to bring it up. Chargers are number 8, a top 10 defense all around at every single spot versus the quarterback versus the wide receiver. They're a very good defense. You're not starting Will Levis this week. Woo! Thanks for rocking with me today. That is the end of the episode. That is my quarterback ranking. Every single matchup. Remember, 4 teams are on a bye. Get those guys out of your rosters. And before we head out, guys, make sure you smash that like. Helps me out a ton. Make sure you smash that subscription. Make sure you turn that bell on. I will be live. That way, if you miss any shows, you can drop any comment you have down below. And I try to answer every single comment of them as my dog starts barking. Say hi, Lily. Thank you guys for hanging out. I'll get all my rankings out today. I'll try to get all my startup sit-ems out tomorrow. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for all the support. And I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. SleezBall out.